Yeah. Made it big, yeah. They talking this and that, but it's easy calling that bluff. They want that gimme, 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 but this isn't ABBA. I show up looking dapper, my mama's favorite rapper. She taught me never let a moment pass you, so I just run away, and I never look back. I hope it's what I'm hoping for. Run away, I got my backpack. Travel light, got my life inside a suitcase. Bought a ticket, I'm just trying to find a new place. What's the occasion, baby? Just another Tuesday. Okay, I feel like a movie. Okay, it's just another Tuesday. Say that you're lonely, then send me your ID. Got nothing to hold me right where I'm at. So come and hit closely, want you to be happy. You're tired of roaming right off the mat. She said I'm overzealous, she said I'm all but jealous. I probably would have said the same thing looking back. She said I'm out my melon, I never learned my lesson. I probably would have said the same thing looking back. Day one, yeah, you've been my day one. When they hit me for the sauce, I gave them all that A1. Fake love, yeah, they give me fake love. You the only one I wanted with me on my way up. Can we just run away, and I never look back. I hope it's what I'm hoping for. Run away, I got my backpack. Travel light, got my life inside a suitcase. Bought a ticket, I'm just trying to find a new place. What's the occasion, baby? Just another Tuesday. Okay, I feel like a movie. Okay, it's just another Tuesday. Say that you're lonely, then send me your ID. Got nothing to hold me right where I'm at. So come and hit closely, want you to be happy. You're tired of roaming right off the...
Wow, that ends abruptly. Welcome, everybody. We are back for another edition of the Relo Show. I am
What's up?
Andito Diaz, joined by Sean Richard and Mark Sullivan. Gentlemen, how's it going?
What is up?
If I were doing any better, there'd be two of me.
I don't know what that means.
Sure what that means. Yeah.
Sounds unique, weird, and
There's so much goodness going on that I would need two of me to hold it all in. I shouldn't have to explain these things. Oh my gosh, we're starting off on the right foot.
You brought that back around, kinda, but
not really.
Put in the comments if you understood what the hell Sean was talking about.
No, I don't.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
guys. Take my baseball and going home.
We've been off for a couple weeks for the holiday, but we are back at it again today. Fellas, why don't we start with some wins, maybe a loss or two. Sean, let's start with you today.
Oh man, okay. I'm gonna kick it off with my losses. Hold on. My shitty moment of the week, of the 2 weeks here. So yeah, man, my loss is on the personal side. I think I have a hernia. It's not good. It's not good. I've got some pain in the pelvic region, and it only hurts when I engage my abs. And I've done some research, and apparently I'm falling apart one day at a time. So
is that what, did you look on WebMD?
I did not use WebMD. I checked out my buddy CPT, or Chat GPT, and I think I got a hernia. Anyways, bad news bears. That being said, not going to let that stop me from going ham on my business and getting things done. So win is I was in one of our local real estate associations, local association of realtors. And I was talking to some of the leaders in that group, that organization. And they have trainings at their facility. They have people come in and do education. And as you guys know, a big part of my focus going into 2025 is to teach more classes, both to real estate agents and to consumers, to home buyers. And so I was able to land teaching 9 classes next year at the Association of Realtors. So they skip 3 months out of the year. And so the other 9 months, I'm going to be there teaching classes to real estate agents, helping real estate agents grow their business. I'm excited. It's going to be awesome. kind of like a speaking engagement, like a long-term speaking engagement. It's pretty cool. It's the first time I've been able to land something like that. So I'm excited.
That is pretty
That's
cool.
awesome.
And you can kind of plan. And usually, I would imagine those kind of things, the same people show up to them time and time again. So definitely a good relationship builder, and maybe some access to some more emails and stuff like that. Yeah,
I
love it.
love s'mores.
Mark, how was how was your couple weeks?
Yeah, pretty good. Had higher than normal at volume, which I'm not going to hate. Got way more pre-approvals. The pre-approvals seem way more motivated, having deeper conversations with them. So really excited about that. I've got some refinances trying to come back on the board. A lot of conversations. Those are really good. My loss is certainly because of that. I'm not used to that. My activity's fallen off. Haven't done a whole lot of posting on social media. Haven't made any outward calls. So I need to find some time to still do that while business is busier than normal. And hopefully we turn it into some loans.
Sweet. I love it.
Nice.
2025 kicked off with a bang. Mark Sullivan at Approved with Mark. I love it.
There we go. So I guess I'll go next since there's nobody else. So wins and losses. First off, it was a fantastic Thanksgiving. I had the honor, as I have since 2017, of cooking the turkey. It was a 27-pound fresh turkey this year. Everybody seemed to like it. So I guess personally, that's a huge win. As far as business wise, we could start with a loss. Yes, what a turkey, Sean. So losses, I haven't had as much, as you guys, as far as app volume being up, but I will say, I feel like I'm spreading a lot of seeds in order to be able to grow for next year. Right. So, I've been going to a lot more open houses, and actually next week I'm going to be hosting a realtor event. We're calling it a realtor meetup here at my co-working space in VentureX Worcester. Really excited about it. Already have a little kind of keynote speaker too, who also works here at our co-working space. So really excited. It's an idea that I've been kicking around for a while, and decided to kind of get off my butt and just double down. Maybe that's leading into our episode.
Foreshadowing.
Right.
See what
So,
you did
Scott,
there.
why don't you introduce what we are going to be talking about today?
Me? Is that what you said? Me?
Yeah, why not?
Awesome.
Yes.
Man, I'm excited. This is a topic that I think is critical right now. I know I've been thinking a lot about it. I've been talking to a lot of real estate partners about it, and so really, our topic for today is doubling down in down markets to create abundance for the future. And with 2024, and don't get me wrong, like there's a lot of people there's a healthy amount of people in our industry, both on the real estate agent side and the loan officer side, that had success in 2024, right? There's people that got into the industry end of 2023, early 2024, and they just didn't know any better. They thought this is just what it was. This was how it is. And so they didn't experience 2020, 2021, and like most of 2022. And so they came in, it's like, oh, you got to work really hard to get business. And they saw some success. And then I think there's a healthy amount of people that had a well-developed business that had success, maybe not as much as they had over the last several years, but I think that for most people that would be semi-unreasonable. But I think there's a decent amount of people that had success, but for the vast majority in the mortgage space and in the real estate space, they saw a decline in business in 2024. And so we can look at 2025 and say, I sure hope the market gets better, and we're relying on outside factors that we don't control. to control our business. Instead, doubling down in down markets, like this is our opportunity as real estate agents, as loan officers, to go all out in our business. Put in the double, triple, quadruple, 10x if you're a Gary V guy. 10x.
Grant Cardone.
Yeah.
Great. That's what I meant. That's what I meant.
Yeah,
I don't
they're
know.
close.
They all look alike to me. It's okay.
They're both loud.
So, double, triple, quadruple your efforts. And although right now what that likely equals is you're working 2, 3, 4 times as hard for the same or less business, when the market does start to shift, that 2, 3x isn't going to result in 2, 3x business. It might result in 5, 8, 10x business, but we're not going to get there if we don't put in that effort now. And so that's really what we're talking about today, is doubling our efforts right now in a less than ideal market. So that way, when the market does shift, we're prepared and we just take off. Guys, what are your thoughts on this?
I mean, you pretty much wrapped it up. So
Yeah,
I think
that's our show for today.
Everybody,
Yeah.
see you next week.
Well, but surely, like, we can talk about examples and like our personal thoughts, how we can apply this to our business, maybe how we think some of our real estate agents can apply this to their business, so on and so forth.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a couple different ways you can attack this topic, and one of the ways is what you talked about. Reiterating, when business is slower, theoretically, we should have extra time to double down on our activities. Whereas, especially once holidays are rolling in, it's human nature to kind of put the foot on the brake, maybe just take it off the gas a little bit. So many people do that, and then you look up and you're already halfway through February, and you're in a worse spot than you were before because that's what you did. We have the extra time now. I'm pretty sure, outside of a few people that might be watching this, I'm pretty sure you don't have Christmas every single day for the next 3 weeks. It's just, even the Jewish people I know don't celebrate all 12 of those days, right? So get out there, put the work in. Is it 8? I don't know. I'm not Jewish. Dang it! Now I lost my. No,
you're a hot man.
Just get out there and put the work in. At least, if nothing else, put the planning in for next year. When you hit the ground running in 2025, you should already have a plan put in place. But yeah, if your goal is to make X amount of phone calls, make 2X amount of phone calls, right? 4X amount of phone calls. Focusing those efforts when you're slower is, one, how to dig out. But once you break through that plane, and once the business starts really rolling in, you've already got the proper habits in place to be able to carry that forward.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Candido, man, I want to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously, just like both of you guys have said and alluded to, this is a time of year where people tend to take their foot off the gas pedal. Well, what if you, continue? What if you work harder? I think that's the point that we're trying to make. The habits and the things that you do right now, that's what's going to really pay off, right? So obviously in our industry, whether you're a realtor or, work in mortgages, the work that we do now is going to pay off and show up in 30, 60, 90 plus days, right? So when people
100%.
are sitting there wondering, why do I have such a slow start to the year? Well, it's because you decided to, really kind of just take this month off.
Coast through the holiday.
Exactly. And it's so well known in our industry to go ahead and do that. So, what we're saying and what we're introducing is, hey, we don't want everybody to just blow off the holidays completely. Obviously, there's a time and place for that. But, right now, we still have a few weeks until then. Pedal to the metal, baby.
So you know, I want to give our audience some specifics, right? Things that they can take away and implement, because that's great. Like basically the message so far is work harder. And although that's a great message, you know, don't take your foot off the gas. You know, sometimes in this time of year, I feel like we get extra in our heads and we're like, well, you know, I don't know what to say to people because it's holiday season. And so if I reach out and I'm trying to sell them or trying to, you know, win their business, you know, they're going to think I'm a jerk for reaching out in the holiday season. And one, I think that's just one of the stories that we tell ourselves. You know, I don't believe that to be true. However, there's no reason we can't craft a slightly different message when we're talking to clients, when we're talking to real estate agents, or when real estate agents are talking to prospects, being able to craft a different message. I'll give an example of something that I'm doing right now that I've already started to have success with. So I'm reaching out to my real estate partners and I'm letting them know, hey guys, I'm in the process of putting my goals together for next year. And I've got some massive goals for me and my business. And I value our relationship so much. You are a big part of my goals. And then I use that as a lead in to start asking them about their goals. What are their goals for next year? What are they going to do? And then ultimately I get to the point where I ask them to tell me, we break it down on like how many buyers they're going to do. You know, I had an agent the other day that wants to do 35 transactions next year. And about 70% of that, he was planning to be buyers, which is about 24. And I said, man, that's awesome. That's a huge uptick from where you are today this year. That's amazing. Hey, out of that 24 deals, like how many do you think we could do together? And he's like, he thought about it. And he goes, we could do 12. And I just repeated it. I was like, 12? He's like, yeah, we 12. I go, dude, let's commit to doing 12 together next year. I was like, can we commit to do that? He's like, oh yeah. And then, you know, I let him know, I was like, perfect. I tell you what, if we hit that number, like, let's go all out. Like, let's team up and throw a client appreciation party or something like that. And he was like, yeah, that sounds good, man. And so I basically, you know, got one of my partners that I'm excited to work with. That's an awesome dude. I got him to commit to where we're going to do 12 deals together. And now he's going to hold me accountable to everything that I'm doing. I've told him I'm going to do to support him, but now I can also hold him accountable. Say, hey, you said we're going to do 12 deals. Like, what do you need from me to help make that happen? Right. It's an accountability both ways throughout the year. And I've set myself a goal where I want to get my partners, I want to get 75 loans committed to me by the end of the year. Now, are we going to hit 75 next year?
Way to do that.
Maybe, maybe not. But if I can get 75 committed, then I go into next year saying, okay, I've got a really good chance to hit 75 loans for next year. And so that's something personal that I'm doing. And if you're a real estate agent, you know, since you're not, you know, necessarily you're not talking to partners about how many loans can you commit or how many deals can you commit. If you're working with CPAs or financial advisors, you could definitely do the same thing. Hey, I love working together. Your clients are amazing. You know, how many do you think we can, you know, team up to, you know, help you take care of? Or you're reaching out to clients and maybe it sounds something like this. Hey, Candido, it's Sean over XYZ Real Estate. Hey, I'm reaching out to some of my favorite people to see how, you know, see what you've got going on the holiday season. I want to make sure that I'm spending some energy thinking about how to help my best clients accomplish their real estate goals next year. And I wanted to reach out to see if there's anything that you had on the goal sheet for next year for real estate that I could start thinking about for you. So that way I can help you with the right solutions next year. I'm not saying, hey, like, let's go buy a house. I'm saying, hey, what's on the docket next year that I can start thinking about for you?
Right.
And now you're approaching that conversation from a much less salesy perspective, and it's very much a collaborative perspective. So those are some like actual implementable items that real estate agents and loan officers, I think, could put into place to prepare and really start hammering away at how they can have success next year, especially if they didn't finish this year with where they wanted to be.
I love that. I mean, right now it really is all about having conversations, and to be able to have that type of conversation with your referral partners, it's only going to benefit not just them but you as well, right? So that was a great point. I mean, even something as little as, because I think, Sean, you had said this. People are afraid to almost bother people this time of the year, right?
I did say that.
And it sounded smart. So even to just call up, past clients, referral partners, whoever, just say thank you. Something as little as that, I think it's important, right? You don't have to go the route of what I plan on doing next week, Candid Coquito Christmas, where I make, homemade coquito, no alcohol, and give it to some of my referral partners. But the more thought goes into it, obviously, the better. So even a simple thank you can go a long way going into next year. Mark, what are your thoughts?
I was say real quick on that note, and I want to pass it over to Mark, but just because you said that and it triggered something. So calling and saying thank you. So last week, or over the last couple of weeks, I did gratitude calls. I called my top partners. I called my past clients that closed this year, and I just called them to say thank you for their trust, let them know how much I appreciate them and their support and their trust for me, my team, and my business. And it allows us to do what we love doing. And I had no intention, like the goal was not to have a real estate conversation. The goal was to just let them know how appreciative I am of them. And I would say 25% of those calls that picked up turned into a real estate conversation. And so you can't avoid it when you're doing the work. It's unavoidable. You make the connections and it's gonna happen. And so anyways, Mark, I'll let you take it from here.
Yeah. I'm gonna just echo Sean there. Those phone calls and that's some unique conversations to have at the end of the year. It's combining your goal planning, being interested in the goal planning of your partners, and then combining that together and saying, how can we work together? Can we set some goals together on how to get that done? I really like that. I think I'm going to implement that for sure.
Sweet. Guys, what else for today? I think, we talked about doubling down, right? And we started with that, and then we got into some specifics, but at the end of the day, I think Candido, maybe you said it, or maybe it was Mark, but no, actually it was Mark. It was Mark. So if you're going to make 5 phone calls a day, make 10 or make 15. If you're going to go to 1 event a month, maybe go to 2 events a month or 3 events a month. Whatever you are going to do, find a way to 2x it or 3x it, and it's going to pay dividends. It might be 30, 60, 90 days down the road. Heck, I'll give you a personal example. I started some new activities back in June. I just started seeing the fruits of those activities in November. November was my biggest application month of the year. And it took, and most of that was a result of what I started doing back in June. It took 5 months for that to really start taking a hold. And now I want to carry that momentum into 2025. So 2, 3, 5xing, 10xing your activities, but then being patient and giving it time to actually take effect in your business is also pretty critical.
Yeah, I mean, it's huge. And especially, look, we all got a ton of different events going on over the next week and a half, especially. Just make sure that you're saying thank you, be courteous, don't drink a ton and make an ass out of yourself. I'm going to a hypnotist show tonight for a real estate attorney, and I don't know whether I get hypnotized, guys. I've done it so in the past, and it makes it real easy to happen again. I don't know. I'm pretty sarcastic.
I don't know if I believe in that stuff, but we'll see. All right.
Should.
All right, bring us home, Candido.
Honestly, I think this was a great show. It doesn't need to always be 30, 35 minutes to be able to be impactful. So I appreciate you guys. Any final points?
I just want to say thank you for everyone that tunes in. Obviously, we're here every Tuesday, 11 a.m. Central, noon Eastern. I really appreciate all of you, whether you're watching us live or you watch us on the replay. Thank you for being part of what we're bringing to the table. It means a lot to us. So I just want to say thank you, and really, I appreciate everyone that tunes in.
There's gratitude right there. All right. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next week.